NBA basketball fans and hoop fans everywhere. Welcome to the Know It All channel. We got the NBA Central Division Showdown podcast going on, FFSN stuff. I'm gathered with a group of FFSN podcasters to represent some of the Central Division teams. We got my homie B Foss. He down with the Pistons, does a Detroit Lions podcast. He works a lot with Pay. Well, all these guys work a lot with Pay. Of course, Pay not here. Y'all know how he get down. He gonna get fined. But hey fellas, thanks for joining us. We got B Foster in June, also Pistons fan, and the homie GQ. Like I said, Chicago Bulls. So fellas, tell us something about yourself, about your shows on FFSN and whatever you got going on.
Who first?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I can start. I'm B Foster, one half of Bleachers to Speakers. We got 3 different sports that we cover between the Detroit Tigers, Detroit Pistons, and Detroit Lions. And yeah, you can find us everywhere as far as YouTube is concerned. Bleachers to Speakers.
Okay. Hey, what about your central North, NFC North division show you do with Pay and the other, the dude, Dave, the Vikings guy.
Yeah. We do a show every Wednesday. It's the Who Will Be King show with the NFC North division. We do not have a Green Bay representative, but it's Minnesota Vikings, which is Dave. Pay does the Chicago Bears, and me and Foster cover the Detroit Lions. We meet every Wednesday or Thursday. It just depends on everyone's schedule. But we meet there and we rotate hosting. And every third week you can catch it. Oh, well, 2 out of the 3 weeks you can catch us on Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube because Pay uses StreamYard. And of course, with StreamYard, I can share the stream as well to my channel as well, like I'm doing tonight. So
Okay. Q, what's up, man?
How you feeling?
I'm all right, man. Let everybody know already. Q go hard for the shot. last time we on the podcast together. He was talking about, this was last season now. The Cavs was trash and all kind of,
That sound like me.
Yeah, man, go ahead and tell us what you got going on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel and anything else you doing, man.
Also doing the Bulls podcast. Haven't been there a while. Shot City Bulletin board. I'll be returning to that as the season progresses. Yeah, you can check us out at Frustrated Sports Fan. Get all your Bears and Bulls info. All that.
Pay told us last week you do one sport at a time.
But what right now, as a Chicago fan, things are real frustrating. So I can only handle one disappointment. I'm gonna deal with the Bears right now, and I got to get my energy. I got to get my energy balancing right to deal with the Bulls and the nonsense going on with that organization. So I'll be returning to the Bulls later this year, maybe sooner than we expect, with the Bears fading out of playoff hopes quickly.
Try going 14-68.
Man,
hey,
who is that? Pistons?
Last year.
Don't tell the Bulls to try it because they just might.
y'all can start tonight. We all for that.
Y'all matched up against each other. Okay, and I got the homie here, my homie L, representing the Indiana Pacers. L, what's up, man? Tell us something about yourself and your Pacer fandom. You and my brother, the only dudes I know that like the Pacers that don't live in Indiana.
Wow.
I like the shade. I definitely like the shade thrown there.
What'd you say, man? You like what?
I like the shade you just threw.
Yeah, but what you say, LaRon?
No, I was just saying, introducing myself, man. I'm LaRon. I'm a lifelong Pacers fan, man. I've been a Pacers since I'll say probably somewhere around the mid to late 80s, Just been rocking with him. I feel the brother from Chicago right now as far as being frustrated, because I'm definitely frustrated with the Pacers right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know June and False remember because they've been here at every show. But I said I expect the Pacers to regress the most from what they did last year, and I stand by that.
You'll eat them words by the season.
I think y'all think Halliburton better than what he actually is. He's a good offensive point guard, but he's a defensive liability. Pascal Siakam, I don't think is a guy, but y'all paying him like he won. You got some good young
got a ring,
players, but like I said, y'all don't have a guy.
I don't think you need one. When you got a full team and you got a unit, a real unit, you know, I think Pascal Siakam is who we need to be for the Pacers. I think as a unit, though, as soon as they start rebounding a little better, they're gonna be good.
Look, man, I told you. We keep it real on this podcast. You seen Q just say he a little frustrated right now, and you trying to make Pascal Siakam a guy?
Oh Lord!
I said he's who he needs to be for that team. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he is, though. He is. His numbers speak for themselves, though. So I'm not mad at him, but they, like I said, as a team, one thing I don't like about them right now is I think as a team, as soon as they start rebounding better, they'll play better.
Okay. Well, we gonna go ahead and I can't find my if one of y'all could pull up the standing just so we can refer to it as we go along.
I got him.
Okay. So, well, we all know the Cavs is 15-0, number one in the East, in the Central. So I don't need to know with that. But everybody else probably like bunched in there though. Is the Milwaukee still at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, they 4-9.
4-9.
Yeah.
And the Pistons, they like 500, ain't they?
7-8.
7-8. Okay, when they beat the Bulls tonight, they will be 500.
They're
And
that right now. Halftime Bulls got an 8-point lead.
Okay. And y'all record is
5-9.
5-9. And the Pacers record?
Week 6 and 7. 6 and 7.
Okay, one game below 500 yourself. Okay. Well, so what y'all both y'all watching the game, Q and Foss?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Hey June, I heard you talking about being unable to watch the game on your television because it's behind you and it was showing the broadcast.
Yeah.
I got my TV right here in front of me. In front of me though. See how that works?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see how that works. I'll work on it. I'll work on that.
Teach him.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like all you gotta do is turn your desk around.
I mean, I just revamped this place, man. I just revamped it. This camera wasn't even here. I wasn't even filming from this side of the room, so I did a lot of reconstruction.
Okay, it looks really good, man.
And thanks.
What's going on with the game tonight between the Bulls and the Pistons?
Well, they almost got beat up in the first half. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I mean, you know how we do. People know all about that.
Don't mess with Stu. Don't mess with Stu.
It was a scrap between them?
Yeah. Nah, it was just a little.
He almost got beat up. He was gonna get beat up.
Terry and Stewart got tangled up.
Hey, Terry.
Dalen Terry?
Yeah.
Dalen Terry.
Man. Isaiah Stewart was gonna knock sparks out that boy.
He got switched on him and had to foul him. So Stu was kind of like, you know how when you get frustrated when you get fouled, you're like, dang, get off me, because Terry is like 180 pounds, like
right, little fella.
So Stu kind of pushed him off, and then Terry did the whole, hold me back. It's like, please hold me back, because if I gotta get close to him,
Stewart the one that went in LeBron, ain't he?
Yeah, and Stu knows to kind of just walk away. He just kind of does the little like, is this guy serious? Walks away, knowing the dude ain't gonna really run up on him, but
right.
But yeah,
he He'd be doing the Bulls a favor if he get into it with him and get Stewart ejected.
Yeah, I mean that's the reason why the Bucks won. The only game we lost this week was against the Bucks, and Stu got kicked out after what, 2 quarters?
That's right. And that was a really good game. I watched that one. Overtime and all. We didn't go out to about midnight.
Giannis had 59. Oh my God.
59, yeah.
He was happy. Trust
me. Dude, we all agree Giannis the best player in the division.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
For sure.
I think so too.
For sure.
I think so too. So Q, from your perspective, the first half, man, what you seeing?
I didn't get to see the first half. I was in the Bears podcast, so I'm just catching up to the game right now. Though they at halftime right now, so hoping to catch a little bit of second half action of this Bulls W in Detroit.
Okay. They both playing to get to 500 though, right? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's up, Troy?
Some 500 need to be associated right now. Not right now. We taking baby steps. we ain't gonna talk about 500 yet.
I can dig it. Joe, you got any perspective to share on this game or the week that was for the Pistons?
Yeah. I think what you're seeing out of the Pistons is like a breath of fresh air. I know 7-8 is nothing to scream at, but you got to consider we went 14-68 last year, and we won our 4th game in January last year. So to be 7-8 right now with a new coaching regime and some new players is good. This versus the Bulls it's always a test. I mean, the Bulls have been wiping the floor with us the past couple of years, so it's always a test to play the Bulls, no matter what their record is. And as you can see, at the end of the first half, they're up by 8. So it's a good test to see where we're really at. We're at home. I think there's plenty of basketball left, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, and just to get some perspective on this particular game, I mean, the Bulls they're moving the ball really well. They're shooting 58% from 3, and they're making their free throws too. They've only missed 1 free throw, so they're shooting 83% from the line. So we'll see if they can keep that trend up, because I don't think they're a 3-point shooting team by design. So if the Pistons can kind of stay in the game and continue to rebound the ball well, which we've done all year, I think that we can make a run at this game.
That is one thing the Bulls have actually emphasized this offseason and this year. Getting DeMar DeRozan out of there, who's kind of he's kind of in he's the mid-range guy, ISO type player. Getting him out of there, the Bulls have actually put up a lot of threes. Of threes. I believe they're in the league. I want to say last time I looked, they were in top 5 in 3-pointers attempt. The problem with the Bulls is they can't stop anybody. So they've been doing some scoring this year, and they've actually improved in terms of their 3-point efficiency and shots getting up. They just can't stop anybody. Gave them 90 points in the first half to the Cavaliers the other day.
Golly.
We know that feeling, Joe.
Oh man.
Last year anyway.
I go crazy over a 40-point quarter. 90-point half would probably I'd probably throw some at the TV.
They gave up 57 or 50. Was it 51? It was something ridiculous.
Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Donovan Mitchell has been giving the Bulls the belt the last couple of years.
Yeah.
He's been giving the Bulls the belt.
Yeah, I think Cleveland might be the highest scoring team in the association.
They're doing a lot well, obviously.
They're built to win right now. It's everywhere.
Hey, L, you know who the Pacers playing next? Hold on, I'm going to pull up the schedule. If I can spell Pacers. They,
I think we got a cup game tomorrow, don't we?
I think y'all playing right now.
Yeah, I think everybody's playing but the Cavaliers right now.
So if we play tonight, then we don't play them.
Y'all playing the Raptors. They up in the second quarter with like about 5 minutes left. 46-41 Raptors. The Raptors is 2-12. See, if y'all lose to them, you headed in that regression period.
We almost lost to the Raptors. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a tough game.
Hard fought game.
Lose to the Raptors, bro. I promise you that.
You're not gonna lose to the Raptors?
Nope.
Okay. I mean, that's the fan talking this. And y'all can come back. Cleveland came back a few times this year. Games they were down. But so let me ask y'all this. I mean, I think the NBA is better when the Pistons and Bulls both are good, right? It's like with the Knicks and Lakers and Celtics, all them teams that we grew up on and just iconic kind of teams within the league. Let me ask y'all this, y'all opinion on who's gonna get right first, the Bulls or the Pistons?
The Pistons got there. I think Cade is a very good player right now, but I think he's a guy you can build around.
Right.
I don't know one number two, but he's one of those. So they got their guy. So they're automatically a little bit closer than the Bulls. But it'll depend on where those lottery balls land next year too. Everybody's going after what's the kid that name escaping me right now?
Cooper Flag.
Everybody's going after him. If he is what he's billed at, and either the Pistons or the Bulls can land him, that team would automatically probably nudge ahead of the other. I do like Kobe White as a piece though. Good shooter. What you want in a modern day guard. He can really fill it up. I just feel like the Pistons just having that young guy who is an ascending possible superstar. I just think they're probably a little bit ahead of the Bulls right now.
Right. You think? Go ahead, Foss.
Well, I was gonna say. I mean, I think that the Pistons are in a position to where they're like the Bulls. I think the fan base is willing to take that regression so that they're not stuck in that purgatory area. And I feel like the Pistons fans are at a point to where it's like, first of all, we know we're not going to get the number one pick. We've had enough lottery picks in general, and it's going to be a strong draft. So there's no need to try to lose on purpose. So, I mean, I think that we have a nice, we're building a nice situation where we're finding our identity. We're a 6 in the league as far as defense is concerned. We're second in rebounding.
That's Bernie Bickerstaff right there.
Yeah. I'll give him credit if that's
JB,
what's
Bernie is there.
Yeah, JB. Yeah, I'll give him the credit if that is the if it continues to head in that direction. But we actually hit on a free agent selection with Malik Beasley. He's been a godsend for us, and I think that we are going to continue to get better. Because we just have better leaders. We have better veteran players that are staying healthy as of right now. And our young wing is about to make his debut very, very soon. He's been medically cleared, but they haven't ramped him up conditional wise. So things are looking up, and we're out of that tough beginning of the season now. So I think we got some winnable games coming up. We got the Hornets again. We got the Magic coming up. I mean, we got some games that we might be able to build on. But we're 5th in the East right now. So
right, that's playoff position. Hey Q, I heard something about the Bulls might be looking to trade Zach LaVine to the Hornets.
They're trying to move that man wherever they can. I don't think the market for Zach isn't strong right now. I mean, he's a volume scorer, doesn't bring much else to the game. I'll just be glad the Bulls can Vane and Vucevic and finally get this rebuild where it should be. Because as long as you keep finishing in the play-in or drafting 7 or lower, you're not going to get that guy you can build around. You know, we missed out on Wembayana a couple of years ago trying to pursue playing, which doesn't amount to anything but getting beat before the playoffs. Or even if you get to the AFC, getting beat by one of the East superpowers. So I haven't heard the Levine the Hornet rumors. Last year, he was supposed to be going to Detroit, and then my man would decide to have surgery. I wish y'all would just take Levine off our hands. Go and make him the backcourt running mate with Cade.
Yeah. Well, no, the article was they want to pair Levine up with LaMelo Ball.
More power to love that.
I wonder if you heard it, what pieces they might get back, but you hadn't heard the trade yet.
No, I mean I don't think at this point the Bulls are even with Zach's market the way it is. I don't think the Bulls are looking for anything but maybe protected first or second round pick if they can get a protected first, and maybe an expired contract. That's about all they can expect for Levine at this point. So,
how much longer he got on his contract?
I believe he's got 3 years left.
Okay.
I believe he got 3 years left.
And he making what, about 40 a year?
Oh yeah.
That's what scared people off. People are taking for 30, 25 to 30.
That range, yeah. Because he can still score. He's a volume scorer. He can shoot. He's a streaky shooter, but he can shoot. But 40 million, nobody wants a guy taking up that much of the cap. And they're clearly the second scoring option on the team. And if you're contending or building towards that, you got to be your third or fourth best player.
Right. He don't impact winning like that yet.
No, he doesn't. And he's a low IQ basketball player too.
Yeah. I agree now. So do you think the Pacers can repeat what they did last year and make it to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think that's feeling kind of high. But I think aside from the fact that they got rid of, I should say, Jalen Smith to the Bulls. Let Jalen Smith go to the Bulls, which I think that was something that they needed because they didn't replace him. But I think that the East is going to be tight enough. Like you said, if Detroit is a team right now in what, 5th position?
Yeah.
I think down the stretch, we beat Detroit.
I think Detroit can be what y'all was last year. I mean,
they're still too young though.
But that's what B. Foss was just saying. They picked up Malik Beasley. They got Tim Hardaway Jr.
Tobias Harris.
Who else you say? Oh, Tobias Harris.
Yeah, right. And I just they're
not ready.
I still think that Indiana is just. I think Tyrese Halliburton is playing hurt right now. For whatever it is, they not being honest about it. I don't think he at 100%.
He always hurt. To be honest.
Yeah.
When is that man healthy?
No, he's definitely injury prone. I think right now he's playing at less than usual.
Is Miles Turner giving y'all what he was producing last year?
Miles Turner is up and down right now. I think that's part of the problem. I don't think he's been consistent. I think that when he play well, the team play well. Look at the difference between Friday game, Sunday game.
I can't look at the difference. I don't pay attention to the Pacers at all. But
Turner, even though his points don't dip that much, right now everybody is in a point slump, I would say, except for Siakam. I think Pascal the only one who hitting his point average numbers.
Right.
Halliburton is his numbers been dipped across the board. I think he had like a 4-point dip right now from his points last year. I think the only thing he got right now consistent is maybe his assist, which he's a good playmaker because he can be such a good scorer. But everybody else is, as a team, like I was telling you, though, bro, they almost dead last. I think last I looked, they was 28th, I think, in rebounding. You can't do that and be a winning team.
No, I tell you what, this is just my opinion, but I gotta feel. I mean, this to everybody. I think the Milwaukee Bucks gonna finish second in the Central.
You say end up second?
Yeah, in the Central Division.
It's possible. It's possible. You still got the best player in the league. I mean, in the conference.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a super hot take then.
I mean, they just beat us, but we should have beat them. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, man, the Wood missed them free throws.
And they have Doc.
or what's his name? Glenn.
Wood got them free throws. Let's be realistic. He never should have got them free throws.
You don't think it was a foul?
It really wasn't a foul, but honestly, we kind of smoked that game away. Like we was whooping on the Bucks before it even got to that point. We kind of, I don't know. We got to learn how to close games. That's what a big thing is turnovers and closing games because we've allowed a lot of teams to get back. I mean, the Pacers game. If we don't have those 2 techs for 6 men on the court, we beat y'all in the first game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that. Them techs definitely hurt y'all. But the Pacers jack off the end of games. Look at how they did in the playoffs last year. They gave away a couple games at the end. Right now, that's their thing. That's their identity. It seems like right now.
Yeah.
Hey man, I got a graphic I just hit you with.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a no Diddy graphic because you said the Pacers jack off games.
Yeah, you got to send me that graphic. I'm
gonna need that.
Yeah,
I can use that for the show, bro.
Somebody always saying something that's shouldn't be said.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes it's me. I had to say, "Whoa, hey."
Right. No, I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the chat.
All right.
Chat thread. But yeah. So all right. So you brought up the coaches. Who's the worst coach in the division? Is it Glenn?
Right now, it's got to be Doc. I mean, you 4-9 with a roster that's supposed to be contending. It's got to be Doc right now. I don't necessarily value Billy Donovan highly, but the way the Bucks achieved and the way they underachieved last year when he it's got to be Doc right now, right?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, so my question off that is,
Doc got to take that.
What'd you say? You agree with that?
I said, yeah, Doc got to take that.
Yeah. So was Doc ever who we thought he was, or did he just like have a good run with the Celtics with KG and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce?
I think we saw who he was in LA with the Clippers, and I think he was inherited. He was on third base when he got Boston. So that's what I think.
Right. No, I've always been a fan. We call him Glenn LaRone because we ain't allowed to call him Doc on here. So it's Glenn Rivers, Coach Glenn Rivers. But hey, man, I know you gotta get going in a second. So go ahead and just take 2 or 3 minutes and tell us what you foresee for the Pacers. And if you want to comment on anything about any other team in the division, leave us something to talk about for the last 15 to 20 minutes.
I think that the Pacers in general, I say we're in the season, we're going to teeter around 4th or 5th. like we generally do.
In the
They'll
conference?
pull it together.
In the whole conference. I guess you got to be talking conference. You can't be talking about division. You won't be making the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I'm talking about in the conference.
Right.
We coming to the playoffs at no lower than 6. We will not see the play-in. That I promise you. We will not see the play-in.
That's it.
So better. I'll say between 6 and 4. That's where we'll be.
Okay. I mean, I
I'm
can't.
serious. I stand by that.
Okay,
Oh.
but that's tough. You got the Knicks, you got Boston, you got Cleveland. That's
Do
it's
we
gonna be tough.
do we think Philly gonna make a run?
I think once Embiid gets back and PG is healthy, they make a run. They get healthy. They get better.
Maxey is an all-star in his own right too. So that team is going to be tough when they're at full strength.
When I don't know how long Poncho is out, but if
Bankero,
hey, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? You knew what I was talking about, right?
Barely.
I mean, not barely. You knew what I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Paulo.
When he gets back, I don't know how long he's going to be out, but
they said to around Christmas, 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
But yeah,
Philly got the best chance, but they also the most questionable. They not going to sustain for a whole season. New York going to be banged up and hurt by the end of the season because they ain't got no depth.
And besides that, Tibbs run his players.
You gonna run into the dirt?
Yeah, but they still finish higher than the Pacers though. As a matter of fact, it's halftime. Y'all down 69-57 to the Raptors. So yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get out of here, man. But if you wanna join us next week again, this every Monday at like 8 o'clock. I definitely have you back.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate it observing, seeing how y'all get on today, and I think I'll be able to jump in with y'all, man, and mix it up and do what it do. But other than that, yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man. We'll holler at you.
All right, you be easy. Y'all be easy.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, okay. So, fellas, we're gonna jump to a quick break real quick. If you watching on YouTube, just hold on. What this guy's saying? What's he talking about?
Who cares?
Cade Cunningham better than State Troop.
In regarding what though?
I think he heard comments about the lottery balls favoring favoring the Bulls or Pistons in landing Cooper Flag. So I think he's saying Kobe's better than Cade, who's better than Flag.
He just liked him because he looked like he could be his nephew or something. They like that long hair and stuff going.
Yeah, but no, he's saying Kobe White and Cade better than Cooper Flag.
Well, I mean,
he's North Carolina fan, so
that's what it is because now Cade might be better, but Kobe is not, and that's his Duke hate too, because that's like they said in the movie. Remember the Titans? That's a bad white boy, man. Real.
Yeah,
he cold.
Cooper.
I don't know. I go back and forth at what Cooper's gonna be at the next level. There's times where I think I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of hype. I don't know.
He was the best player on the U.S. select team.
Yeah, he played against NBA talent. Yeah.
I gotta see it. I gotta see it at the next level.
I hear you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kobe White to be better than him. I just don't know what Cooper Flag is. I mean, the way he's being hyped as the consensus #1 overall pick and the guy you just build a team around, right?
That's a lot.
Right.
That's a lot of
That's a lot. I think he's a guy that's going to be able to come in and score at the next level. I don't know if he's that guy where you build around him and then you're contending for titles. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be a good scorer at the next level. I don't know. I go back and forth.
I think he a 20 and 10 and 4 assist guy off rip.
Ooh, that's an all-star out the gate. 20, 10, and 4.
Well, I don't know about all right. 18, 10 and 4.
Oh.
For his rookie year, that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
And efficient doing it.
And what now?
And be efficient doing it. I mean, he's going to get the green light because he's going to go to a bad team. He's going to be number one.
I was going to say he's going to go to the Wizards. He's going to go to
I was about to say that.
Raptors.
He's going to do 19, 20 per game his rookie year.
Right.
But is it going to be an efficient? I mean, we
40% from the field type deal.
They get up. 19 doesn't move the needle for me. What are you doing other than scoring to help the team win? I mean, are you efficient with it? You know that man's gonna get the green light wherever he goes. So
I think he's an efficient player by his nature though. I ain't seen him take no bad shots, nothing like that. I mean, he plays within the offense. He's a freshman at Duke. He shares the ball with the other guys. I mean, to me, I really don't have a pro comp. I have to go way back. I'd say a better version of Keith Van Horn back in the day.
Wow, that's a role player though. That is a
better
college. He was that guy in college.
He was that guy in college.
Utah, yeah.
If you tell me Keith Van Horn, then I gotta tone it down.
He with the hype he's got, he better be like a Luka. I mean,
nah.
You said
Luka was a professional from the time he was 14 years old. Luka been playing pro ball for better than 10 years now.
I mean,
when he came,
Cooper Flagg's only not in the league because he can't be in the league based upon the rules. Right. Essentially, especially last year's draft or this year's draft, he would have been number one last year too, right?
Yeah,
out of high school.
Who went number one last year?
You talking about
this past draft?
The guy from Atlanta,
Alex Starr.
No,
no.
The guy from Atlanta.
Ricochet.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce his name. It was such a weak.
He's definitely better than him.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. So he not even remember. I ain't heard his name not once this year.
He had a great game.
He's okay.
Yeah, he did. He started off slow. I had him on my fantasy team.
Yeah. He had a 30-point game in one of those games. He was
the Hawks crazy. Been kind of all right though. Dyson Daniels.
The Hawks been competitive.
The Hawks got some young guys though. Jalen Johnson, another one that.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, they got some young guys.
Trey. Yeah.
So they gonna build around Trey. They keeping Trey.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I think he would want out soon, but.
I think they gotta. I think within the next 2 years, if the Hawks aren't making noise, I think that Trae Young thing is done.
He's another guy that it's a question of whether or not he's winning. He's helping the team win for real. Like great numbers, he has a ton of assists, ton of points, but
I'm not the biggest Trae Young fan. It's a lot of points, a lot of assists off the pick and roll. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if that's if Trae Young makes you having him as your franchise. I don't know if you're gonna win that way. With Trae,
you gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Oh, wow, get that up.
You gotta relax. That's yeah.
But yeah, man. So wait, I wanted to shout out to homie Gavin Anthony. He said the guy Rashee's name, but that's one of our loyal followers and subscribers on our Know It Alls channel and our Steel Curtain Network. So hey, shout out Gavin. Thanks for joining us tonight, man.
Salute.
Go ahead. You gonna say something, June?
I was just saying salute to him. Salute.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, real quick, fellas, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break. If you're watching on YouTube, don't go nowhere. We just gonna pause for the calls, pay a few bills on the audio side. If you're listening on any audio platform, be it Spotify, Google, Amazon Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your audio podcast. And we'll be right back right after this. And we're back on the Central Showdown podcast. I'm here with the fellows from the FFSN Central Division Teams podcast. We got Q from the Chicago Bulls. We got B Foss and June from the Detroit Pistons. Our pacer guy, L. Larone, had to cut out a little early. And we got me, the Cleveland Cavaliers. We hadn't talked about them that much or really at all yet because there's no need to.
Oh, wow.
I will say they are tied currently for the third longest win streak to open the season. I think the longest is Golden State 24, but I think they're tied with two other teams for 15 reach to 15. I think if they get to 16-0, which is the first true test, well, they beat Golden State, but they play Boston tomorrow night. Boston's 11-3, second in the East. That's probably first in the second in the Eastern Conference, probably first in the Atlantic Division.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we think about that game, fellas? That's a big game tomorrow.
I don't know why that's a big game though. You're 15-0. I mean, it's not going to change your projection. It's not going to change your outlook.
If you want to keep the win streak going, I mean, a loss to y'all against Houston Texans wouldn't hurt y'all either, but you wanted to win.
Hey, but it's still the goals didn't change. The vision wouldn't have changed. I mean, it's an 82 game season, man. You're gonna lose at some point.
But I like to see them get by this because this the defending champions. This the team that put them out last year. I mean, so it's certainly
for sure.
It's certainly a measuring stick to where you at now versus the champs.
Yeah, I mean, but I just think it's early. I think it's early, and I think the everything starts all over in the playoffs. So you can scrap that record. It starts all over in the playoffs. Now, if you want to use that as a measuring stick of how truly, I mean, you can't even do that because what if you just simply have a bad game that doesn't define the team you are?
But it goes a long way towards a tie break for home court at the end of the season and different kind of things like that. You know what I mean?
It's a cup game too.
But in order to win in the playoffs, the thing is to win at home and to sneak a game away, right?
Right.
You got to win on the road in the playoffs. So
yeah, well, if you got home court advantage, you can just win all your home games and make it to the finals.
I mean, yeah, you could.
I agree with Tate that it's a big game for Cleveland. I don't think it's as big for Boston. Boston's already won a title. They're battle tested. I think Cleveland to beat Boston in the playoffs, I think they need home court advantage. I don't think they're traveling to Boston and they're winning. They're still they need still a game or two, obviously, if they're the lower seed to beat Boston. I don't see that happening. Not with a healthy Porzingis back. If Porzingis, can be healthy, he's due back around Christmas time, December.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know if Boston is going to be going as hard for the number one seed. When teams come off a title and they become, they start to become veteran. They can win anywhere. I think it's more important for Cleveland. They need this game more than Boston does.
I would agree.
Let me ask you something, Tate. You lose that game tomorrow. Do you feel any different less confident about your team?
No, we 15-1. The worst part about it is that's an L. I mean, the grand scheme of things, it don't mean a whole lot to the season, but you lose that game and you lose to the team that was the defending champ, the team that took you out last year, and now you one game behind in the tiebreak with Boston.
I get it.
I think your mentality is we won all those games, but we still can't beat the one team that put us out.
I think it's a more important game for Cleveland than it is for Boston.
Yeah, it means nothing to Boston. Aside from just,
I actually think the opposite, but
why? Why would the Celtics? The Celtics already got the one up as far as the series and the ring. What can Cleveland?
I mean, you can't win. I mean, you're talking about a ring. That's last year, bro.
The rings.
What does that do? What good does that do you for this year? Winning the ring.
Your mentality is I'm still a champion.
I don't think
regardless.
they have a problem. I don't think they have a problem with their mentality. Boston has been Boston for the past 5-10 years. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't do anything to help their mentality. You
don't think that completed them last year when they finally got over the hump?
I think Boston is going in there thinking, hey, we have to defend our title. We have to beat them. Because they're number one on the mountain right now. We have to see where we're at.
They still didn't take their title with a win today. With a win tomorrow, though, that doesn't take their title.
I mean, it works both ways, right?
Is the title? I think 15 games in a season, being the number one season, I don't think Boston is looking at Cleveland like they're the team to catch. I mean, Cleveland still got to catch Boston.
I think when you have any team that's undefeated, that's a big game for you to see where you're at. You're the target is on your back. We want to be the team that beats them.
Yeah, that part's true. But it don't like Q and Foss was saying, it don't mean as much to them because they know they can beat Cleveland, whether they do tomorrow or not.
They've done it when it's important. It's not as important. It's a game, but I mean, the NBA season doesn't start till Christmas.
It's kind of like that football game yesterday, Kansas City versus Buffalo. Yeah. Buffalo to beat them 4 straight times in the regular season. But what happened in the playoffs, though?
Doesn't mean a thing until the playoffs.
Don't need to beat Buffalo Buffalo needs to beat Kansas City regular season and the playoffs. They need to get over that. So it means that game meant more to Buffalo yesterday than it did Kansas City.
Who was the undefeated team? Who was the undefeated team before that, though?
It was Kansas City. Yeah.
Thank you.
But they're also the Super Bowl champion, though. That's more important than being undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to say they already got the ring and then say it doesn't matter, when I use it, then you can't use it. You can't use that example.
Being the champion will always matter more than no matter what the record.
I mean, but when I used it as we were the champions, you was like, that was last year. You can't do that. You can't have it both ways, bro.
When did I say that was last year?
When I mentioned they were the champions we're the champions from last year. We have to go and show them that. And you was like, oh, that don't matter.
I feel like you the one said it don't matter.
Yeah,
I said that, and when I said my example about them being the champions last year, which I contradicted myself, he said it didn't matter.
Kansas City. It still matters to the team that keeps losing to them in the playoffs. That's my point.
I don't think Kansas City or Boston had anything to prove yesterday or tomorrow.
Right. No. I agree.
The pressure's on Buffalo and Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's pressure this early in the season, man.
No, I could agree with that, but Cleveland has to they have to prove they can beat Boston. And I think
do they have any more head-to-heads the rest of the season?
Oh yeah, probably they play about 4 or 5 games each other.
It's a lot of basketball left.
It is. But when you're 15-0, you want to be 16-0. And you
guaranteed to playoff atmosphere though.
If this happens tomorrow, right?
It's gonna be a playoff atmosphere tomorrow.
If this happens tomorrow, let's say Cleveland loses by 50. You know what you're gonna say? We had a bad game. We better than that.
And that can happen. Yeah, especially if they lose by 50. But like
if they lose by
I
2,
don't think you go into the playoffs after that and say, "Yeah, we
well,
go get them." We
about
lost by
playoffs.
50
We're not
because we had
talking
a
about
bad
the playoffs. We're not talking about the playoffs 16 games in. Slow down.
playoffs. Is
If you lose
important,
by
man.
2, it's still a loss. What you gonna say? We should have won that game.
You telling me a 50-point loss doesn't hit different than a 2-point loss? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
what you're going to say is we had a bad game. We're better than that. You're not.
That's a positive way to look at it.
Let me ask Tate. I'm asking Tate. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Tate. Do you feel that way? If you lose by 50 tomorrow, are you going to say, oh, we're a better team than that? We shouldn't have lost by 50.
No, I'm going. I mean, I don't want to lose by 50. That's an embarrassment. That's
No, it's not about what you want to do. I'm saying if you lose by 50, would you think we're better than that? There's no way we had a bad game. Would that be your mindset? Yes or no?
No, that's not a bad game. I'm just asking.
That's
a belt to butt, and that don't.
It's definitely belt to ass. Yes, for sure.
That don't build no belief in thinking we can beat them down the road if they beat us by 50, and it tarnishes any thought anybody else might have had about you being a contender.
So that throws your whole mentality off that you're not even a contender at this point.
Not a serious contender. You lose by 50?
Yeah.
in any game, bro.
You lose how often do teams lose by 50?
Not often. That's what I'm saying. You use that as the example.
So it's not an occurrence where you're saying, okay, we're definitely not good. You're going to look at it as we had a terrible game.
No,
you could look at it like that too.
That would be a really unrealistic, but a very positive way to look at it. But the way you feel after a 50-point loss, that is demoralizing and wears you down. Like that sounds good, but like
I don't think it's demoralizing 15, 16 games.
You ever lost by 50 points in a game, in a basketball game? Did that feel good at the end of it? Did y'all party in the locker room?
Who said anything about feeling good, Walter?
I'm just saying that mentality is everything in sports. When your brain is effed up after a loss like that, that can turn the season.
The championship is being played in June. A game in November is not going to determine whether I win the championship. That's what I'm getting at.
And I understand that part of it, but like I said,
the mentality, no.
A 50-point loss? I mean,
look, there's not a loss. There's not a loss in the NBA season where somebody carried that all the way into June.
But if it's against the same team, you do.
I mean, we don't know if it's going to be the same team. It's early, is my point.
But it's the first one after they put you out, though. It's that next time you get a chance to get your lick back and they put 50 on your head.
Okay, fellas, we're acting like this is the only time you get a chance for redemption during this season. You lose tomorrow, right? You lose tomorrow, and you're playing in Boston, correct?
I think it is in Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, you lose in Boston. You win in Cleveland. Then where you think? Oh, this is the mentality of the rest of the season. This is what it's going to be.
What I'm thinking is I definitely got to get home court advantage now because look what they just did to me.
Exactly.
But we're not thinking that in game 16, 17.
That sounds great. That sounds great in theory.
I just don't see how you can be like 15-0 and one loss going to make you say like, oh, we needed that one.
One team that you couldn't beat to get to the championship. It doesn't matter that you beat the Pistons. The Pistons lost 100 games last year.
We went 14-68 last year, bro. Thinking like that, we're gonna stay in the cellar.
And if
I'm just speaking reality, not like in the fantasy world that one game just doesn't matter to me. Like that's not how it works.
I mean, in the 82 game season, that's how it works for me.
Especially against a defending champ and a team that eliminated you. You want that game more.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree with all of that. But In the playoffs, there's series. We have a chance for redemption in the series.
And you want home court.
You want home court, but what if you lose other games that don't allow you to have home court? You can lose several. You can go 40 and what is it, 16 games, and what's that? 66 games left. You can go 33 and 33 the rest of the way. That doesn't mean this one game doesn't mean you have to win your other games.
And we've been doing a good job of that so far. Now we need to be both.
Absolutely, which is my point. You drop tomorrow. You drop tomorrow, right? Let's hold on. You drop tomorrow, you 15-1. You win the next 15, you ain't thinking about that one game you lost.
No, because when you lose, you got to be able to put it behind you, but it still ain't good for your mindset to lose against that team.
I mean, you can't allow one game to make you lose two, though.
Let me ask you this: How you think Jacksonville feel today after the lumps y'all put on their head yesterday?
They knew they had no business.
I mean, they've been getting lumps all year, man. That's a repeated cycle of hurt.
Okay.
I
think Jacksonville is numb now to
what's happening.
I don't think they felt it. That's a regular occurrence.
The axe ain't dropped on Peterson yet.
I guess they said that he might have been done, but I guess he made it.
Well, here's another example, and I'm just asking. Do the Bears feel like their season is over when they play Green Bay next go round?
I mean, it will be. It'll be game 17. So
the Bears season is over, right? Because of yesterday.
I wouldn't say it's over, but losing to a division rival, you're 0-1 in the division. It's another conference loss. It's your 6th loss of the season. You know, to make the playoffs as a wild card, you need 9 or 10 wins. So there's not much wiggle room for the Bears to lose.
That's a different situation. You're already at 6 games. You got to, I get it.
You've lost you've lost your last 3 games in the conference. That's a tiebreaker. You've lost a division game. That's a tiebreaker, and you've lost your 6th loss. So you've had your 6th loss of the season. So you got to pretty much win out or
get a lot of help.
You got to go about 6-1 to have a shot at the playoffs at this point.
Well, it's an unfair question because we're talking about 82 game season versus a 17 game season. So
it's apples and oranges.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Pause myself, no Diddy. I said, get ready to wrap it up. But yeah, shout out to Pay doing a lot of talking and no showing up for the past couple weeks.
That's Pay.
The homie, our chat General Afton, just stopping through to say what's up. And so hey Q, go ahead and tell us what the rest of the week look like for the Bulls, man.
Right now they got 11-point lead on the Pistons. Let me see, pulling up the schedule right now. They got they have at the Bucks on Wednesday. Crazy thing is that's probably the most winnable game of the week. They got the Hawks after that. They got the Grizzlies after that. It's crazy that the Bucks are the easiest game of the rest of the week.
Is Dame back yet?
I don't think Dame is back yet. No, but let's see when.
I don't know if I think that. I think, well, you said they've been playing well, but the Hawks sound like the most winnable game out those 3 that you said to me. I mean, the Bucks is fighting for their lives too, and they got Giannis, you know.
Glenn.
So,
they got Coach
Glenn. But yeah, okay, so they got the Bucks, they got the Hawks and the Grizzlies. Yeah, I think y'all go go 2-1 in that. And I think it's the Hawks and Grizzlies you beat. So if you play in Toronto now or Pistons now, y'all hold on to that, then you looking at potentially winning 3 out your next 4 games.
So it's on the road. Yeah, that would be tough. That's a tough ask for a team like the Bulls to win back-to-back road games. So they'll probably split this little Central Division stand. Then they got the Hawks and Grizzlies at home. I might agree with you that the Hawks game is probably the most winnable, being at home, coming back at home. I think they split both. The Grizzlies and Hawks. I think they split that, and I think they split the Pistons Bucks.
Okay. So False in June. What's up for the Pistons the rest of the week?
Yeah, like G said, we are losing to the Bulls right now. We got a couple, I don't know, tricky games coming up, but possibly winnable. We got the Hornets coming up on Thursday. We got the Magic, who I think is still going to be a tough game, despite the fact that Banchero's not playing. And then the Raptors gave us some fits last Friday, so we got them coming up. So that's a week. That'll bring us to a week from today.
Okay. Question to G from one of our listeners, Steeler fan, Cavs fan, much like myself. Gavin, GA. Q, you a Sox fan?
Sox fan or a Cubs fan. So the thing is, in Chicago, you got to pick a side. So you have to pick a side. So for sports' sake, I'm gonna go with I'm a Cubs fan, but I've rooted for both. My passions are football and basketball, so I kind of get away with the baseball side. We don't have enough winning. I say this: we don't have enough winning in the city for me to be picking and choosing like that. So when the Sox is on their 2005, I know Pay's gonna hate this. When the Sox was marching to the World Series in 05, I was rooting for them. I was right.
And he wasn't.
They represent the city though. So I mean, if you ask me to pick one or the other, it's gonna be Cubs. But if the Sox are doing well, I'm gonna rock with them though. So I'll put it to you like that.
That make big sense, man. June, what's up? What's up with your thoughts on the Pistons the rest of the week?
Let's see. I was really hoping to win this game tonight. Just to get to 500. I don't even know the outlook of who's playing the rest of the week, but I think we said last time me and Foster talked that we was looking at out of the next 4 games, which included yesterday's game, that we would probably be like 2-2. So, looking at we should be at least splitting the next couple of games.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you know who the next 3 opponents is?
I can say it again. So we got the Hornets, Magic, and Raptors.
You did say that. Oh yeah,
we can get 2 out of 3 of those.
Yeah, Hornets and Raptors we should be able to beat. We lost by a last second putback bucket in Charlotte. Magic, like I said, could be tough even without Banchero. And then the Raptors are the worst team. I think they're the worst team in the NBA right now. That'll be in Detroit. But we fared.
They gave us a run for the money, though.
They gave us a run for our money, but that's how we lost. That's how we broke our streak against the Raptors, a shorthanded Raptors team. So we play pretty well in Detroit against the Raptors.
Hey Q, your boy said get you off the show.
I knew he wasn't gonna like that answer.
But yeah, man. Okay, so just a second. I'm gonna pull up the Cavs schedule, but I already know this. Why another reason this game is big tomorrow, besides being against defending champs, besides it being Boston put them out last year, is because if the Cavs win this game, then they can look at adding 3 or 4 more games to this win streak. Because tomorrow they play the Celtics, obviously, in Boston. Then they play the Pelicans at home. They already beat the Pelicans down in the NO. Then they play the Raptors at home. We know what Foster said about the Raptors. Then they got the Hawks twice back to back. And one of those, the second one of those is in Atlanta, and that's a cup game. So Cleveland go to Boston tomorrow and win. They play 3 straight home games and then get Atlanta in Atlanta for the 4th game, which is the Friday after Thanksgiving. Then they back on the Celtics again December the 1st. And then the Wizards. So yeah, I mean, I could see them. I wouldn't be mad if they started like 20-1. If they lose tomorrow, they should be able to start back another short win streak anyway.
Exactly. Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on the rest of the week. Tomorrow, whether me and June agree or not, tomorrow's a big game.
Stand on that.
Other games are winnable though. You know, I would expect the Cavs to be favored. Donovan Mitchell rested yesterday against Charlotte, and Charlotte gave us a game till like 4 minutes left. He rested, because obviously the Cleveland organization thought Tuesday's a big game. So we're gonna go ahead and get Donovan some rest going into Tuesday. He played Friday. He ain't played since Friday by missing the one game on Sunday. So he off about 4 or 5 days rest. They go into Boston, see where they measure up. Evan Mobley's been playing. Darius Garland is the current NBA Player of the Week, or Eastern Conference Player of the Week. He been balling. I like the 2 bigs together, what they doing defensively, and Evan Mobley's being much more aggressive. And my boy Ty Jerome, he having like crazy, statistics for a short amount of time as he plays during the game. Like if you did a per 36 average on him, it'd be like crazy what dude is doing. He's the backup PG. And all this and Max Strus ain't even suited up yet at all. So I think we can get better, but I think they want to beat Boston. And we'll just see how it goes tomorrow night. I think that's a TNT game tomorrow. And it's I think it's a TNT game, and it's tomorrow at 7 p.m. So I'll be tuned in. I'm sure some of y'all cats, if there's nothing else you got to watch, or be tuned in, just because, like Q said earlier, that's going to be a playoff atmosphere early in the season, even game 16. But yeah, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get out of here. Thank you all for joining us. We do this every Monday. I mean, I think the usual suspects are False, June, and myself. But hey, Chicago Bulls always has some representation. Might not always be the same person.
Is that they're representing every week.
Yeah, they've been here.
Well equipped.
That's just me taking low key shots at Pay.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's trying the weekly representative. We'll see how that goes.
the homie JJ3 was on here last week.
Yeah, Pay's trying to get up out of there. He's trying to get out of his responsibilities.
Yeah, he started this, didn't he?
He definitely did.
He started this, yeah.
Yeah, man. But fellas, man, it's been a pleasure as usual. Each one of you guys bring great basketball knowledge and knowledge about your specific teams, especially. We appreciate working collaboratively together. And for myself, for OGQ, for B False in June, we'll check you out next week. Peace.